Hello, guys. Welcome to day 4 of informative writing. So, yesterday you should have researched the answers to your questions that you put on your writing plan, and so today we're going to take all that information from our plan, and we're going to put it into even a more structured plan. We're going to put it into an outline for the writing that we're eventually going to do. So today in your Google Classroom, you'll have this informative writing outline, and so first thing you want to do is it'll have your topic here. My topic is you can delete those ellipses or those three dots. My topic is and just write what your animal was. The pink fairy armadillo. Go ahead, you can even underline it. And so then what you'll find here is I made a little table for everybody. And this is going to be basically the structure of our writing. When we were doing opinion writing, some of us only wrote one paragraph. Some of us were trying to do five. But since we're going to have a lot of time to work on this, we're going to write 5 paragraphs. We're all going to write 5 paragraphs each. But we're gonna start making our introductions and then our conclusions. We're gonna make those longer. They're not just gonna be one sentence. Like when we did opinion writing, we just stated our strong opinion. But this time, we're going to develop a full introduction, maybe 4 or 5 sentences, and then we'll have, if you see here, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, 3 body paragraphs where we'll write about our subtopics, and we'll get into that in a second. And then a conclusion, a strong conclusion that'll be more than one sentence. In opinion writing, our conclusion restated our opinion. And this one, when we have a longer conclusion, it's going to do a couple different things. And you can go ahead and read that to get a preview, but we're not going to worry about those today. Today, we just want to worry about our 3 body paragraphs, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. And we want to figure out all that information that we researched about our animals. So you should have your 5 questions filled out. If you noticed, yesterday I did 2. I did one more for this. I did one more so I could show you guys how you're gonna put this information on your outline. So our 3 body paragraphs. These are also, if you remember from the YouTube video we watched earlier this week, these are also our subtopics. And so we have a main topic, which is whatever animal you chose, and your subtopic is going to be the information you're going to talk about. That's all under one category, or what's another way to say that? So each subtopic, each paragraph, your body paragraph, they're going to talk about specific types of information. Like if I went into paragraph 1, I could just write, "My animal eats this. My animal lives here. My animal likes to jump and swim. My animal." See, that's all well and good, but that's not really organized writing. We want to organize our writing because when we organize our writing, it's easier for us to organize our thoughts, and it's also easier for our readers to understand, or our audience to understand. So what you're going to have to do today, this might be tricky because I think this is going to be kind of new for a lot of people. You want to look at the information you have and the questions you answered, and you want to figure out what information do I have that can go together under one paragraph so that it makes sense. For example, so my questions were, where does the pink fairy armadillo live? What is the shell on its back? What does it do? What is it for? Why does the pink fairy armadillo have such huge claws? I added that one today. If you notice, he's got big front feet. So here's what I would do. I'm looking at my information, and where does the pink fairy armadillo live? I imagine this is going to be a big category for everyone. So it makes sense to me, is like this could be a whole paragraph, like where my animal's from, where it lives. So I'm gonna, under paragraph 1, I'm gonna put the kind of title of my subparagraph, of my subtopic, or at least so I know what types of information is gonna go here. So I'm gonna put habitat. If you don't know what habitat means, that's more of a scientific word for where animals live. Habitat, or where it lives. So all my information in paragraph 1 is going to relate to habitat and where it lives. Now, so let's go through my, because I think I can write a big full paragraph about that. Now let's go back to my writing plan. What information do I have about where it lives? Well, obviously everything in this question. The pink fairy armadillo lives in central Argentina and other parts of South America. They live in sandy plains and dry grasslands. So I'm just gonna write real quick, copy. I'm gonna paste those bullet points in here. They live in sandy plains and dry grasslands. But we have 5 questions and we're only writing 3 body paragraphs. So and I can imagine that I bet some of your questions, I bet they can be combined together, or I bet you have information in one question that answers one question that could fit with another question and become a subtopic for your paragraph. Like look at mine, for example. I had, where does the pink fairy armadillo live? And in this one, well, let's go to number 2 first. What is the shell on its back? What does it do? What is it for? The shell gives the animal protection. The shell also helps the animal control its body temperature. That doesn't really belong where it lives. That information doesn't fit together. I'm talking about very different things. Like this one is the animal's habitat, where it lives. This one's more about features of the animal, some unique structures or adaptations it has. But let's check number 3. Why does the pink fairy armadillo have such huge claws? Its claws allow the animal to dig into the sand with ease. The pink fairy armadillo burrows and tunnels for shelter. Digs burrows and tunnels for shelter. The burrows help the animal protect itself from predators while it sleeps. While it sleeps, brings its food back to safety and raises babies underground. I have to rewrite that. That sounds a little weird. The burrows help the animal protect itself from predators while it sleeps. Bring its food back to safety and raise babies underground. No, that makes sense. So this one, as far as where the animal lives, to me, if you can see this, I think this connects to the animal's habitat and where it lives. Because if you see, I wrote the pink fairy armadillo lives in central Argentina, other parts of South America. They live in sandy plains and dry grasslands. And because they live in those sandy plains and dry grasslands, they dig burrows and tunnels for shelter. And the burrows help protect them from predators while it sleeps, or when it brings its food back, or so it can raise its babies. So for me, that piece of information that I had in another question, that, even though I was asking about the clause, that answered another question for me about where it lives. Because not only does it live in central Argentina and parts of South America, not only does it live in those sandy plains and dry grasslands in those places, it lives in burrows and tunnels that it digs in the sandy plains and dry grasslands that help it build shelters and protect itself. So now you can see I got a lot of information in that paragraph. I have 3 points, and that's going to give me enough to write a big paragraph where all the information goes under one subtopic. It all belongs together in regard to habitat and where it lives. So I'll do one more subtopic with you guys. So I used all this in number question 1. I used all of it. I didn't really use this one, but I can talk about that later. So what is the shell on its back? What does it do? What is it for? So that's definitely could maybe be its own paragraph. I don't know if I want to talk a whole paragraph about the shell. Maybe here's what I'm thinking. Maybe because I have the shell, talking about the shell here, I didn't use this one for my claw question. But so since I have the shell in the clause, how about I can make this paragraph physical features or unique features of my animal. So unique features are unique parts of my animal, meaning that like my animal has this crazy shell on its back and it has big claws. So I think I could write a whole paragraph about its unique features or its unique physical features. And so I'm just going to take that information because first I can talk about the shell. And then its claws allow the animal to dig into the sand with ease. I'll eventually be able to use that for my, because I can talk about the claws too. And I only did 3 questions, but something I also already learned about my animal. Maybe this is true for you too. Maybe you have information you didn't put on here. I remembered that because let me pull up if you can see the picture here. You see how tiny their eyes are? They have very tiny eyes, but their noses are incredibly sensitive. So I'm gonna put that too, because that would belong with physical features. They have sensitive noses that allow them, because their tiny eyes have actually poor eyesight. So I'm gonna write they have poor eyesight, but incredibly sensitive noses that allow them to smell predators. Uh, Allow them to. How about allow them to sniff out their food. Sniff out their food. Smell for predators. Sniff out their food and smell for predators. So now, if you see what I did there, I didn't just put one question in each of my paragraphs. I had to sometimes look for information that belonged together. And that's a very useful skill to be able to do when you're writing. Let me check how long this video is. I have to wrap this up soon. So try that. And now you can see I have one paragraph, habitat, where it lives. I got all that information that belongs together. It's all related. My second paragraph, physical features or unique features of my animal. And I have all that'll be enough to write a full paragraph. So you're gonna have to come up with 3 subtopics. I only did 2 for the demonstration, but 3 subtopics with your information, and make sure all that information belongs together. And you have to look through your answers to your questions and see where all that your answers belong in your paragraphs. And so this way we're going to start. We'll have a nice outline, nice organized outline that'll help us start our writing. And we're actually going to start that tomorrow. We'll do our introductions tomorrow. But they're just rough draft ones, so no big deal. We're going to take it day by day. And so that's it. Good luck, guys. If you have any questions, you have to ask Mrs. Duffy, Ms. Bergeron. Hopefully I can get on Google Classroom soon, and I'll be able to review some of your writing. So good luck and have fun with this.